Welcome to Creepy Experience, where the line between the living and the dead blurs. In today's episode, we're diving into the most terrifying haunted places in Singapore. Are you ready to uncover the chilling stories that linger in the shadows? 1. Changi Hospital. Changi Hospital is infamous for its dark history, which dates back to World War II. Once a military hospital, it became a site of tragedy during the Japanese occupation, with many soldiers and civilians meeting horrific ends here. The spirits of these souls are said to still haunt the hospital's hallways. Nurses report eerie footsteps in empty rooms, while patients claim to have seen figures standing by their beds at night. One nurse spoke of hearing the sounds of a man's desperate cry for help in a deserted ward, only to find no one there. The most chilling encounter involves a soldier in full uniform, roaming the hallways, his face pale and lifeless. Though the building has been repurposed, its dark history lingers, leaving an unsettling feeling in the air. Could it be that the spirits of Changi Hospital's past still refuse to leave? 2. The Istana Woodneuk. The Istana Woodneuk, a grand mansion hidden in the greenery, is a place where mystery and tragedy collide. Built in the late 19th century, it was once a symbol of luxury. However, after a devastating fire in the early 1900s, the mansion was abandoned. Local legends say the fire was no accident, and the spirits of those who perished still haunt the grounds. Today, the mansion lies in ruins, but visitors report feeling a strange presence as they approach. Some have even claimed to see a woman in a white dress standing by the window, her face hidden in shadow. When approached, she vanishes, leaving only the sense of cold despair. Is it the spirits of those who died in the fire still trapped within the ruins? Or is something darker at work here? 3. Tanjong Pagar Railway Station. Once a bustling train station, Tanjong Pagar Railway Station now sits abandoned, a silent witness to the tragedies of the past. During World War II, this station became a site of horror, as many soldiers and civilians lost their lives. It is said that their souls still roam the station, unable to find peace. Visitors often hear the sound of train whistles late at night, despite no trains being in sight. Some claim to have seen ghostly figures in old military uniforms walking along the tracks. The most terrifying accounts come from those who feel an invisible presence following them, footsteps echoing in the dark. Could the station be haunted by the spirits of those who never made it to their final destination? The Red House. The Red House, located along Ju Chiat Road, has earned a notorious reputation due to the horrific events that took place within its walls. Once home to a wealthy family, it became the site of a brutal murder in the 1960s. A jealous man killed his family inside the house, and their spirits are said to still linger. Visitors who have dared to enter report hearing strange noises, like whispers and footsteps from empty rooms. Some have even seen shadowy figures standing in the windows, watching passers-by. One chilling encounter tells of a woman who felt a cold breeze and suddenly saw a figure in the hallway, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. The house is said to be haunted by the tragedy it witnessed, its spirits forever bound to its red walls. Could the restless souls still haunt the Red House, waiting for justice or redemption? 5. Bukit Brown Cemetery. Bukit Brown Cemetery, one of the oldest and most historically significant cemeteries in Singapore, is also one of the most haunted. The cemetery is the final resting place for many prominent Chinese pioneers, but the spirits of the deceased are said to never rest. Visitors to the site often report a sense of being watched or followed, and some have even claimed to see figures moving between the tombstones. One particularly disturbing story comes from a group of hikers who encountered an old man's apparition near a grave. The figure suddenly vanished when they tried to approach. The spirits of Bukit Brown are believed to be linked to the deep cultural traditions of the Chinese, unable to move on from their final resting place. Is the cemetery truly haunted by these souls? Or are they simply lost in time, unable to let go? 6 St. Andrew's Cathedral Street. Andrew's Cathedral, with its beautiful architecture, is not just a place of worship, it's also a place of mystery. During the Japanese occupation, many soldiers and civilians took refuge in the cathedral, where many met their tragic end. Locals claim that the spirits of these lost souls still linger within the cathedral's hallowed walls. One of the most enduring stories is of a nun's ghost, seen walking through the pews, her figure fading when approached. There are also reports of eerie sounds, like faint hymns, being heard late at night when the church is empty. Some say the atmosphere inside the cathedral feels thick and oppressive, as though the past refuses to let go. Could the souls of those who died here still be bound to the cathedral? 7. Pulau Hantu, Ghost Island. Pulau Hantu, also known as Ghost Island, is a small, uninhabited island off the coast of Singapore. Despite its beauty, the island has a terrifying reputation. It is believed to be haunted by the spirits of sailors who died in shipwrecks or battles at sea. Fishermen who ventured too close report eerie happenings, strange lights, chilling voices, and the sensation of being watched. One sailor claims to have seen figures walking along the shore, only to find the area deserted when he went to investigate. The most terrifying stories come from those who claim to have seen ghostly hands reaching out of the water, trying to pull them in. Is the island truly haunted by the spirits of the lost sailors, forever seeking their way back home? 8. Tua Pek Kong Temple. The Tua Pek Kong Temple in Gailong is not only a place of worship, but also a location known for paranormal activity. The temple is dedicated to Tua Pek Kong, a Taoist god, but many believe it also serves as a gateway between the living and the dead. Some visitors have reported hearing whispering voices or feeling an eerie presence around the temple grounds. One story tells of a man who entered the temple at night and saw a shadowy figure kneeling before the statue of Tua Pek Kong. When he turned away for a moment, the figure disappeared. The temple's spiritual aura seems to attract restless spirits, and locals believe that those who disturb the peace may face the wrath of the gods. Could this temple truly be a conduit to the spirit world? The Fullerton Hotel, an iconic luxury hotel located by the Singapore River, hides a dark past beneath its grandeur. Before becoming a 5-star hotel, it was once the General Post Office and served as a military command post during World War II. Visitors often report strange occurrences in the hotel's hallways. One guest recounted a chilling encounter with a spectral figure in a military uniform walking near the staircase. Others hear ghostly footsteps echoing in empty rooms late at night. Could the spirits of soldiers who once worked here still roam the halls, unable to find rest in the afterlife? Despite the hotel's elegant facade, a lingering sense of unease remains, as though the past continues to haunt its luxurious interiors. 10. MacRitchie Reservoir. The MacRitchie Reservoir, popular for its serene walking trails and natural beauty, also has a reputation for paranormal activity. Located in one of Singapore's oldest nature reserves, the reservoir is believed to harbor spirits of those who have perished in its waters. Many hikers have reported hearing unexplained sounds, like voices calling their names or the sensation of someone walking behind them. One night, a lone hiker described feeling a cold, invisible hand gripping his shoulder. When he turned around, no one was there. Some locals believe that the spirits of the drowned may be seeking the company of the living, lost in the water they could never leave behind. The stillness of the reservoir contrasts with the disturbing feeling that something or someone may be watching from the depths. 11. Haw Par Villa. Haw Par Villa, once an amusement park celebrating Chinese folklore, now stands as a haunting reminder of the supernatural. Known for its terrifying depictions of hell and the afterlife, the park is filled with lifelike statues of demons, deities, and mythological creatures. Visitors often feel a sense of dread as they walk past the eerie displays. One visitor recalls walking through the park at night, only to see a figure in the distance slowly follow their every step. When they turned, the figure vanished into the shadows. Many believe the spirits of the figures depicted in the park's displays walk among the visitors, bound to the afterlife they represent. Could the park's unsettling sculptures be more than just inanimate representations? Do they have a life of their own, drawing spirits to them in an endless cycle, trapped between worlds, forever haunting those who dare enter? 12. Changi Beach. Changi Beach, a beautiful stretch of sand, has a dark and tragic history that still lingers today. During World War II, the beach was the site of countless executions carried out by Japanese soldiers. The spirits of these victims are said to remain, forever tied to the location of their deaths. Visitors often hear strange noises, soft cries, the sound of chains dragging along the sand, and the faint rustle of leaves when no one is around. One night, a group of friends claimed to see a man walking alone along the shore. When they called out to him, he simply vanished into the air, leaving behind a cold breeze and a lingering sense of dread. Could the souls of those executed at Changi Beach still wander, searching for justice or peace, never able to rest due to the horror they endured in life and death? 13. Sentosa's Fort Silos. Fort Silos, located on Sentosa Island, is known for its rich military history and eerie atmosphere. It was once a key defensive position during World War II, and many soldiers tragically lost their lives while defending the island. Today, Fort Silos is open to the public, but visitors often report a chilling presence. A common story is that of a soldier in uniform, standing at attention, only to disappear when approached. Some claim to hear the distant sounds of gunfire and shouting, as if the battle still rages on. Could the souls of soldiers lost in battle still patrol the fort, forever guarding it even in death? Their spirits might remain tethered to the fort, driven by duty and honor, forever protecting what they once swore to defend. 14. Khoo Teck Puat Hospital. Khoo Teck Puat Hospital, located in Yishun, is not only one of Singapore's modern healthcare facilities, but also a site of unsettling paranormal activity. The hospital was built on land that was once a burial ground, and some believe the spirits of those who were buried here still linger. There have been multiple reports of strange occurrences in the hospital, flickering lights, cold spots, and strange whispers echoing through empty rooms. One nurse recalled hearing a voice call out her name late at night, only to find no one there when she investigated. Some staff have even reported seeing ghostly figures walking along the hallways, vanishing as soon as they are noticed. Could the restless spirits of the buried still haunt the hospital, unable to move on? Or is the land's tragic history fueling these haunting experiences? 15. Tiong Bahru Air Raid Shelter. Tiong Bahru, one of the oldest neighborhoods in Singapore, hides a disturbing relic of WWII, the Tiong Bahru Air Raid Shelter. During the war, this shelter saved many lives, but it's also believed to have witnessed many deaths. Locals say the spirits of those who perished here now haunt the area. Visitors have reported hearing strange sounds, like muffled voices or the faint echoes of air raids. One person described walking through the shelter at night and suddenly feeling the air grow thick, as if something unseen was watching them. Could the souls of those who died in the shelter still be trapped in time, unable to escape the horrors of the past, their spirits lingering in the cold, dark underground, forever haunted by the terror of the air raids? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more creepy stories. Share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below.